Hello everybody and welcome. I am proud to be presenting this 2012 Ducati Multistrada Pikes Peak Edition powered by a 1198cc L-twin with the slipper clutch. It is the Multistrada 11, which is a Pikes Peak Edition built motor by Ducati, and boy does it have the power. It's got 150 horsepower, 98 foot-pound of torque, and everything you want for a multitude of different things. I mean, you can take this bike on the road, enjoy a sport touring feel. Take it to California if you want. It's ready to go. You could take this out and do some enduro riding. Take it on the trails. Maybe put a different set of tires on it and go, climb some mountains. Or take the lady on the back. You have those rear pegs and have a nice Sunday. So just to get into some of the history behind this bike and why I love Ducati so much, it is just the Italian design and the monster feel behind these motorcycles. I'm an avid Ducati fan and rider, and there is nothing better than that Ducati very, very signature sound and riding style, along with the elegant design that these bikes have. I mean, look at all of this carbon fiber coming around the front end. We have this beautiful nose cone. We have the windscreen, we have the front guard, and it continues all the way down the side of the bike. This bike was bought brand new back in 2013, I believe, by the current owner, who of course is a refined Italian gentleman. He hasn't, ridden the bike through trails or done, really hard riding on this. It's been more of a sport touring as he chose to ride it. He's kept good care of it. It runs great. The oil was changed at 11,000 miles, I believe, so almost 2,000 miles ago. It's just about to hit 13,000 miles. But yeah, everything around the bike is very well around, and I've just enjoyed a lot of having this bike here, and now we are presenting it. So without further ado, we're going to move into the cosmetic condition of the bike, starting around the front end, and we'll kind of go in a counterclockwise fashion here. So starting up top, we have this windscreen, fully carbon fiber. No, it is not see-through. I love this Pikes Peak insignia with this decal kind of continuing all the way around. There's no cracks, no scratches, no dents, or delamination of the coating around the carbon fiber. It's just a gorgeous piece. Maybe you'll see a little bit of residual bug splatter there, but a rider is a rider. Coming down, we have this harder polymer that conjoins the kind of the fairing that comes around the headlights, which are extremely clear and shine so bright. You really have great visibility at nighttime, even with the low beams on. It's just great. A little bit of a abrasion here. Looks like it brushed up against something. This bike, almost 13,000 miles. It's been ridden. It's going to have a little bit of cosmetic damage, but who needs a perfect bike, especially when you're getting a Multistrada? You want to be riding, you want to be enjoying, you don't want to be wearing all the time. So this would be a great candidate for such, because there's no massive cracks around the whole bike. It's only a little bit of abrasions here and there. Coming down, we have, both headlights extremely clear, as you can see, and it kind of conjoins under. It's almost a one piece of plastic that looks great. Then behind here we have our oil cooler, I believe, with this awesome carbon fiber split panel nose cone with this aggressive intake look. If you back up a little bit, you can almost add you can almost make a face out of it, as a lot of bike people like to do. They assign an animal to their motorcycle. I'll let you guys do that for yourself. Coming down, we have these gorgeous gold Öhlins front inverted forks. They're in great condition. I don't see any leaking. We have the side markers there, or the side reflectors, sorry. And then coming to the carbon fiber nose guard, mud guard in the front, if you will, that is in great condition. No cracks anywhere or delamination. Just a little bit of residual from riding, as we've just filmed the riding video. And this bike is a rider. We have the Ducati insignia, Ducati Corsa right there in the front. They just love to let you know that you are on a Ducati, and I'm sure you want to let everyone else know that you are as well. We have these tires here. They are Scorpion Trails by Pirelli, and these are old tires. I do recommend you get these replaced. We've been very cautious riding this thing. These are 2014 date code tires, I believe the 38th week of that year. The wheels are in great condition though. If you look, they are 10-spoke wheels by Ducati. I love this red stickering here and even matches the red Scorpion there. As you know, Pirellis are meant to be on Ducatis, so that looks pretty cool there. But yeah, the tires are in bad shape, some deformation from being upright all the time. You know, of course, we have our chicken strip here. This bike hasn't been bent over too far. But these wheels are 120 by 70, and they are 17-inch wheels, and they're alloy as well. I just love the styling, and there's no cosmetic imperfections here. Maybe a little scratch, not even, right there. But that's about it for the front. And now we're down here. Let's talk about these twin disc. I mean, the whole bike is a triple disc setups, but twin discs in the front, and they're dual piston Brembos. Paired all the way to the top. It goes with the Brembo Master and Slave cylinders. It just adds for a great riding experience, and that stopping power is insane. I mean, you really do have to be careful with that front brake because these Brembos are so strong. But you know, of course, with a 1200cc bike, you're going to need that stopping power. But they're in great condition. I don't see any, you know, corrosion or leaking here of any brake fluid. The brake lines look great, even of our nipples here and in the right place. And the rotor itself has good meat on it. And same with the pads. Talk about these Brembo easy access pad replacement with this rear clip here. You can just take them right out, pop new ones right in. So easy. Where this front shocks come down to the Olin mounts and the front axle. There's no corrosion down there, and everything's just in the right place, and nothing's broken down here. So everything checks the boxes. We'll move to the other side, now the left side of the bike, for the same picture. We have our Brembo calipers and our other disc on the left side with the bottom shock mounts and our axle nut in the right place there, torque to spec, and these shocks are not leaking on this side either. Everything's very clean. Lines are where they need to be. No real notes down here, and same with the wheel. The 10 spoke looks just great, and those Ducati stickers with the red that matches the bike are also all there. And now you can get a good look at also the left side of this mud guard in the front. No cracks, everything looks very good, no delamination. Now that we're here, let's talk about the front fairing, red, white, and black. Yes, it's a Ducati. We have our Ducati insignia, looks great, feels great, and just a little bit of a scratch or a missing, little bit of delamination from a rock chip there going through the red, which this means this is, you know, white put over the red. And now we're here, we'll talk about the hand guards. If you want to come around, we have an integrated signal in the hand guard. There's a little bit of scratching just here and there from, you know, sort of passing a bush or a rock coming up, but nothing too bad. There's no cracks. We have our clutch reservoir here, which the fluid is all the way topped off, and our lines and clips looking all in good place. And now we have our Brembo master cylinder. Absolutely love Brembo technology. They did a great job pairing these bikes with the best companies they could. Olin's, Brembo, great collaboration, love it. Adds for a great riding experience. And the mirror also in good shape around the front end. You know, no major scratches or dents, just a little bit of abrasion here and there, but you will see it with this many miles. But everything else, you know, all the bolts there, nothing missing. And our clutch lever here, looks good, you can hear that click. And the throw is great. And our grip here with the Ducati insignia is still there, and kind of that textured feel. And the rubber is nice and supple. Feels great. And our buttons all work as function. This is for LCD display. You can select your you know, riding mode there, which we will go to in just a second. Around the top of the triple tree, we have our adjustable dampening control. They are electric dampening, so for each riding mode you have, it changes the setup on the bike, which I absolutely love. Our fuse box here, all the plastics are in the right place, and the display just looks great. We have a RAM mounts for your phone here that plugs in. I'm not sure how you plug that in or what phone that's for, but yeah, it's something. I don't know. But it is wired into the bike. And you have this rubber mount here as well. Now that we're here, you know, we'll talk about the handlebars. They're in great condition. A little bit of, I'm sure that would get off with some some nice adhesive remover or something, but it's not sticky, it's just a little bit of a black mark, and you have the same thing over here on the right side, but the rest of the handlebar looks great. Love that silver touch. They did a great job designing everything with the colors on this bike because everything comes together. But yeah, the backside also, we have more of an exposed carbon on here, and all the plastics and mounting points in the right place. Nothing cracked. Moving to the right side of the handlebar, we have our mirror mounts with our bolts. They're all Allens. You could take this whole bike apart probably with just a set of Allen keys. Our cutoff switch, our kill switch, and our start button. It kind of protrudes there. It looks great. That's cool. Cool design. And shut it off. Oh, there it goes. It wants to turn on. But I guess while that turns on, we'll talk about the LCD display. We have a multitude of different displays here. So we have our ride mode here on the right. So if I click this button here, we can change between sport, touring, urban, and enduro, and boy does that make a difference. The bike does come alive in sport, and I'm sure it adjusts the suspension for each mode. But right now we are in touring. You can also select the load if you're going to be adding a saddlebag or an extra person or 2 saddlebags. You can select and set up the load on the bike, and it does adjust the suspension for such. And this bike does come with an additional saddlebag that is paint matched red, and it's kind of a case that will pop up here, and we will show you guys that later. But we have all of our pixels in good condition here. RPM range goes up there. Gear select. We have our time, and we have our coolant temperature, mileage, and our fuel gauge. Everyone loves a fuel gauge. And then we have our warning lights, neutral indication, low, but the bike's not running, so there's that. And it is a keyless start. And you don't have to insert it. You have our Ducati key here, and that comes out to open the rear that we will in a bit, but you just press this button here and the bike comes live, or of course hit it and it turns off. So now moving on to the right handlebar. Again, mirrors in good shape. We have our front brake reservoir in good shape and topped off. Those fluids look good. Our hand guards here with the integrated signal, that looks great as well. And the mirror condition, we just have a little bit of scratching here on the right. I mean, these things do stick out pretty far, so I can see it's a little bit easy to knock into things. But overall, they're in good condition, not majorly cracked or any structural integrity lost. Same with our front brake, feels great. It's not squishy at all, responsive and not a huge throw. We have that Brembo Master there as well, and the grip is in good condition. Now, if you come around this side of the bike, we do have our other front right lower fairing, and this one is in, I don't like to use the word perfect, but I don't see any problems with it. It's a great shape at all, no paint missing. And that carbon fiber, just extending all the way down, that just looks so cool. Over here on our tank, we have our Ducati insignia, all the plastics matching and lining up. There's no major panel gaps or differences in asymmetry on this bike. We have a little bit of paint correction, it looks like from a gouge through here. It's been corrected to white. But that's just about that for the tank's condition. Maybe on this black painted part here, which I believe is an addition over the tank, is a plastic piece that kind of bolts through here. So it's not the actual tank, it is plastic. The tank exists underneath. We have a little bit of trading of what would be from abrasion from riding. And you can tell, a good rider, when you see some of these marks just from where the knees and, legs are resting. And coming down to the frame of the bike, it's a steel frame, I believe, and the engine is integrated within the structural integrity of the bike. It is cool to see this here. This is the intake, and it's such a cool piece of carbon fiber. We have this filter through here, shoots the air up and through, and we have that L-twin motor with these exhaust pipes. It is cold. Coming down through here from that forward cylinder. And I guess while we're down here, we'll talk about the Ducati Testrada 11. We have the sight glass here. We have our rear brake there. Everything's in good shape. Everything works down here. I don't see anything missing or cracked. It's been ridden, so there's residual from oil and road debris coming up on it. That's about it. All of our stickers here and specifications for weight loading and our fuel system and all that good Ducati information. But yeah, don't see any major things that are any eyesores down here. Everything looks good. Our fans are all there. The fan shroud isn't cracked. All the wiring's in the right place. Nothing's leaking. The engine's actually very, very clean if you peek inside. But it's just so cool to see that carbon fiber also all the way extend to the head and valve cover here on this left side behind the frame. Very, very cool. Okay, so now up top, our tank, we have our fill cap here. Looks good. Everything functions as promised. I'll open this up. It's a little bit warm out here, so you hear that gas purging out. But yeah, that works quite well. Close it up and pocket the key. Tank in good condition. Don't see any major marks. Usually you'll see a lot of marks and people like to put guards here, but this one is naked. We have our Ducati insignia with this silver here, just a little abrasion on the edge there, probably just from filling the bike, and our Italian flag, of course. Seat is in great condition. No real notes. There's all the stitching looks good. That red stitching, absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of textured on the side with slick leather on the top, and it is a very comfortable seat. I had no complaints whatsoever riding this. Have this little brace here for your lower back, which actually is nice. And there's no major marks or tears or rips. Just a little bit of decoloration here, just from wear on riding the bike. And a little bit of a mark here as well. But nothing so serious, nothing an eyesore. I'm really grasping at straws here. And then we have our rear seat for our rear passenger, also in good shape. We'll be removing that in just a bit, but it looks great. It's more textured up here. It's not the slick, but all the stitching looks very good. And we have our side fairing here with our insignia Multistrada 1200S Pikes Peak. Yeah, that's all in the right place. No major cracks, and also in good condition. Now we're down here. We'll talk about the Pikes Peak Special Edition number 28 off the production line, L-twin. Talk about this side of the motor. Frame looks great. Emissions control information. We have our VIN there. 2012 Ducati. All the stickers are in the right place. No leaking out of the cooling pipes. I believe that would be our water pump there. It does have a slipper clutch, so it's not so loud as most Ducati dry clutches are. But yeah, not much to talk about down here. Our master as well, with the nipple still there, and our shift lever in good condition with that linkage there as well. Moving freely and shifts well. Bushings don't need to be replaced, but a little bit of rubber missing there. The guys rode it for 12,000 miles. That's what's going to happen. Kickstand in good condition, foot peg in good condition, Ducati logo is still there, Ducati logo still there, and then we have our rear pegs, which looks good. Those are flip up, flip down, they lock well into place, they're not loose. And yeah, everything else checks the boxes. Down low, we have our muffler that starts down there, or not muffler, but expansion for the lower exhaust where it conjoins, and our chain there as well. All the the chain guard and everything looks like it's in place, and our tensioning notes and specs as well. We have our sticker there that helps out when working on the bike. We have our piggyback rear Öhlins adjustable suspension. You can see that there, just poking down with that linkage. That was just absolutely great. The yellow pops so much. And it connects on the left side because we have a left side single-sided swing arm, another Ducati trait that I absolutely love the look of, and add some cool design. As we will go around the other side in just a moment, you'll see why. We have our rear sprocket and our chain that looks not the dirtiest I've seen, but I would recommend a nice chain cleaning and maybe a replacement. Get a nice shiny chain on there, get a nice new sprocket. Doesn't look like these are rounded off and it hasn't skipped at all. Our rear sprocket nut in good shape with our locker pin, and all of these in good condition as well, nothing stripped, and overall just looks quite good. And the swing arm is gorgeous. It's kind of a hardened metal with that kind of coarse feeling on the outside, so very hard to cosmetically damage, so it just looks great. But yeah, so when we go on the other side, before talking about the tail end of the bike, we'll talk about this exhaust end and rear peg on this side. We have there she is with the twin exit. Just looks very cool. And if you'll back up a little bit, you can see the whole sight picture of why I love these single-sided swing arms. Exhaust, foot pegs, and exposed 10-spoke wheel there by Ducati, and just looks so cool. Yeah, again on this side, also passenger pegs in great shape, and we have our battery charger here. Talking about the tail end of the bike, you know, we've already gone over the seat. We'll talk about the mounting for the rear cargo case, which does also have a backrest on it for the person who's sitting on the back. So it doesn't eliminate the option for two people when you put the case on, which is great. But all this hardened polymer is in good condition, literally no scratches whatsoever I don't see, and it's all where it needs to be with these reinforcement rails there, and I guess you can use these as a handlebar for the rear passenger, but that all just looks good. And for this rear assembly of the turn signals and plate holder and reflectors and brake light, everything looks good. Checking for any damages, a lot of times you see people brush up against these, but no, these are you know, they also have these rubber mounts here, so if you do hit something, it doesn't actually crack the plastic. And you can pop them in, pop them out. Rear tail light looks good. And then we have our guard here for the rear wheel, also in great shape. This is plastic, it's not the hardened metal that exists of the rear swing arm. Also, I forgot to mention, we'll talk about this rear mud guard that's also carbon fiber, and it looks so sharp. I just love that design. It kind of shoots out, and also with that guard there in the back, it kind of adds for an encapsulating of this rear wheel on this side, which I do enjoy when we're, you know, talking about a bike that's multi-purpose. Talking about enduro, you don't, you know, you want these kind of guards and preventions, which just looks very cool as well. But yeah, we'll talk about this rear tire and wheel, and then and that pretty much sums up the entire bike, and then I'll go through some of the functions, just what's under here. But yeah, we have the Pirelli Scorpion Trails in the rear. This is a newer tire, so we have a 42nd week of 20, year 20. You guys can replace this if you want. The rear tire seems like it's no problem to me. The tread's all there. We have our chicken strip. The bike hasn't been leaned over all the way. You can see that there. And this is a 190 by 55 17-inch alloy wheel by Ducati, which is also in great condition. I see maybe where a wheel weight was, a little bit of adhesive there left over, but nothing else to know also in there. But the wheel looks great. I don't see any major dings or dents or scrapes on this rear wheel. And we have our rear center locking nut there with the locker pin in the right place, and these peaks on this nut are not stripped at all, so it looks good. And then also we'll talk about the rear brake, and we have again a rear Brembo single piston for the rear, and the rear rotor looks good, no squeaks, no squeals, and the stopping power is all there along with the brake lines. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up for the overall cosmetic condition. So for the key, just to go for the rear storage compartment, if you're not feeling like putting the bag on, just do that. And in there lies our Ducati toolkit. We have a tire repair kit as well, and our manual. Not so much storage in the world, but better than most bikes. It's quite easy. Light little seat comes off and goes right back on. Let's see if I can do this first try. Oh, almost. Hooks under this way. Let's see. Yeah, it felt like it. There it is. Easy as that, even though I wasn't the smoothest with it. But yeah, so now we'll go through a little bit of a riding experience. I've already done a portion of the riding on this bike, and I've enjoyed every second of it. Like I said, the power is there. So now we'll go through also a POV riding experience, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you. That's it. Great. Okay, now for a cold start. Wouldn't want to forget to show you guys that. I'm going to take my hand, and I'm going straight for the hottest part of the exhaust right off of the head. Bang, right there. She's ice cold. It's about 80 degrees outside. You know, not the coldest day in the world. But like I said, I'm going to get on the bike because it is in first gear. We're on a little bit of a slope. So the kickstand doesn't matter if it's down or up. There's no switch on that. Like I do if you would come over here and see. And keep the key in my pocket. All I have to do is press on. There she goes, power's on. You hear that unlock come off. Gear select says I'm in 1, so I'll come up into neutral. Neutral light comes on up here, and then I'm gonna switch up here like that onto the clutch, and fires right up, hand off the clutch, and very good. You just listen to this engine here. That exhaust. Stop. And now we have the exhaust note. It sounds just great. It's not the loudest bike in the world, but again, it does not let you forget you're riding a Ducati. Come around here, you can see the displays working. We're sitting just at about, I would say, 1.2K for the RPM. Gear select in neutral, and I don't believe the note changes when you change the setup here, but I'm sure it changes at higher RPM. ABS light comes off once you start to ride. This bike does have ABS. Check engine off, oil level looks good, and it's giving us a low indication on gas because we are low on gas, so we're going to fill that up before filming the POV riding experience. And then we'll just check the headlights here. You can see the high beam flasher works. Our horn, there's the horn, sounds good. And yeah, we'll come around to the front here. You can see the headlights, high beams on and high beams off. Very good. We'll give her a little rev. Sounds very nice. She's still cold, so we're gonna keep it down 109 on the temperature, but climbing fast. This bike does warm up pretty well. It actually shows us our consumption as well. You can go through the displays. Just very cool. A lot of technology here. Yeah, sounds good. And there's the cutoff switch. So without further ado, let's go into the riding. Hello everybody, we are here on the bike now. I've just started it, getting nice and warm for the ride. It's a beautiful day outside. Who wouldn't want to go for a nice cruise around the town on your Ducati Multistrada? I have it on touring right now. Still warming up. We are in neutral, 134 and climbing. And yeah, we're nice at idle here. She revs up just perfectly. So we have the ABS light still off, or on, indicating ABS is off, but it tests itself once you start riding. Going into first here, we'll just go for a little cruise. We have the front tires, which still are a little bit sketchy, so we're gonna take it easy, but show you guys still what this bike can do. So for now, we'll stay in the touring mode, and then switch it to sport and show you guys the difference there. So clutch works well, cruising along. This bike is top heavy, as many sport tourings and cruising bikes are, so it tips over nice and fast. The tires still feel very good. Going for a left signal and through. Off. Alright, so there's the cancel there. It's that same top toggle button. That front wind visor does pretty well. I'm pretty cool here. I'm sitting quite upright in my normal sport bike riding position. Just loving this day on the Multistrada. And we're getting pretty warm here, so I can start to show you what this bike can really be all about. The downshifting and the clutch feels great. That slipper clutch, not so jolty as a dry clutch might be. Overall, the suspension feels just great. Switch it over into the sport mode. I'm in the load section there. Just gonna get used to this. Alright, we'll switch it to sport. So we're in sport now. Okay, eyes now back on the road. Close throttle to activate, so we're in sport. Some throttle. God damn. It does pick up the pace. Oh. All of that 1200 cc. Nice. And easy. Brakes feel great. Handles, awesome. I love the weight. Still doesn't take away from a riding feeling. Warm up, I mean, this bike is just awesome to ride. Before it comes alive, it goes really fast, really quickly, goes quick really fast. But that's a little display of what the power is on this motorcycle. But overall, I have nothing to know about riding here. Everything feels really good. Of course, that front tire needs to be attended to. And here, some good dirt for you guys. Let's see what this thing can do. Just kind of bouncing along. Let's change it over to Enduro. That extra traction control that is provided, and also not to note the ABS light has gone away. This feeling's pretty good. Cruising along, go over some grass. Why not go up this hill here? Why not? Why not go anywhere? Because we are on a Multistrada. You can go many places with comfort. Stop here for a second. Easy into neutral. And we'll switch the mode back to a touring setting. Temperatures are nice and steady at 160. We'll head back to the shop. But yeah, the brakes are good. The throttle is easily as responsive. The clutch feels great. Neato works, as you guys can see. And I have, good visibility all around, good maneuverability. Suspension feels just great. And if I want to just kind of cruise along, I can do so. He is really going to enjoy owning this bike. These things, if you were to buy them new, they're quite a hefty price walking out of the dealership. And I do recommend buying, a partially used one. You're on a Ducati after all, and you want everything to be quite nice. But when you want to actually use it, you don't want to be afraid from adding its first scratch, its first ding. This one, he has a couple not are visible. You have to feel like you're carrying around a museum piece, even though it is designed to be one. But we're just going to cruise on our way back here, keeping a decent pace to show you guys the sporty heart of this vehicle. These nice lines leaning through the turn onto the very smooth. And it just comes over and goes where you want it to go. Nice. Staying even pretty low. It has a lot of low end torque. 98 foot-pounds of torque, guys, out of this L-twin. It's just awesome. You're not lacking. You don't need to be all the way up in the RPMs. Motorcycle, just having an absolute time out here. Go over the crest onto the outside. Kind of just through. Fifth gear at 3,000 RPM at 56 miles an hour. Not a worry in the world. Down to fourth. Oh, it's just so nice, guys. Just so nice. That's in the Enduro section there for the setup. Switch it over back to touring. It says again, I think close throttle to activate. So I close the throttle and back into touring. Nice. So you can ride on the street in the Enduro, no problem. A little bit more power in the touring mode.
yeah, she gets fast quite quickly. As I said before, no lack of power. And you know, if you're leaning back, the front wheel will come up. You do have you know, stability control settings.
We have just finished the riding portion of the video. Boy, did I have a good time out there. Who doesn't love riding a Pikes Peak Multistrada on such a beautiful day in these twisty, windy roads of the northwest corner of Connecticut, the rolling Litchfield Hills, if you will. We've really had a good time filming this awesome bike. It's gonna make somebody very happy as a multi-role motorcycle. That kind of checks all the boxes and is in fair condition and rides just amazingly. Some new tires in the front will do you just right, and you'll have a almost perfect motorcycle. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If there's any comments, questions, or concerns you guys have about this motorcycle or anything I've said, or if you'd like to correct me, please do in the comments. And I hope you guys all have the best of luck with this auction. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching.